Hello friends, myself Dr. Pramod Shahji Phatak, Assistant Professor in Department of Chemistry, late Pushpadevi Patil Arts and Science College, Riso. So today we are going to see your unit second, and from the unit second part A, that is the crystal field theory. Okay, this is the your part A from the unit second crystal field theory. So for means CFT. This is crystal field theory, that is CFT. So before that we are going to see the CFT. You have to know the coordination chemistry. In last unit Badar sir had teach you the coordination chemistry. So what is the coordination chemistry? Is the class of compounds. Okay. Coordination chemistry is the class of compounds which studies the metal and ligand formation. Okay, which involves the metal and ligand chemistry. One metal ion and another is the uh, substituent, like these are the ligands. Okay, in that coordination chemistry we have learned the metal ligand interaction, also the metal ligand bonds and their synthesis, also isolation and characterization of metal complex. Okay, the term is the metal complex when one metal and another ligand interacts and form a one compound. A specific compound is called as the complex. Okay, the Werner has stated the coordination theory. Okay, as per the Werner's coordination theory, there is a complex formation. Means you have learned in last year or in last or past the double salt and coordination, the difference between double salt and coordination compound or complex ion. So one example we have to see Fe2 plus 6Cn minus. When both get reacted, they form one complex FeCN6 4 minus. This is the complex ion. So this is the complex ion. Now we are going to see the next part of your syllabus, that is the crystal field theory, that is the CFT. Okay, you have seen another VBT in last lecture or in your past syllabus, that is VBT, valence bond theory. This is the crystal field theory. So what is crystal field theory? This theory explains the bonding of transition metal complex, or this model explaining the bonding for the transition metal complex. This theory originally developed to explain properties for crystalline material. Okay, this name suggests the crystal field theory means it is explain the properties of crystalline material. Also, electrostatic interaction between lone pair electrons result in coordination. Also, this states the electrostatic interaction of lone pair in the coordination compound. You have seen the coordination compounds, which means the you have learned the geometry and shapes which determines by the or which includes also lone pair in that compound. So crystal field theory is bonding model explaining many important properties of transition metal complex. Okay, this theory explains the transition metal complex. So what is uh, then which factors he determines? The colors, then magnetism. Okay, colors. Different transition metals have different colors. Okay. So this theory differs the or explains the colors. Then magnetism. You know the paramagnetism, diamagnetism. This theory also explains the magnetism, then structures. Okay, we have the geometry or shapes. Likewise, the structures. Okay, this theory explains whether it is octahedral or tetrahedral or L. Then stability of particular compound is also explained by this theory, and reactivity. Okay, the metal and ligand reactivity also explained by this theory. But okay, here is the uh, those valence bond theory cannot explain those things which explained by this theory, means this actually works on the limitations of valence bond theory. Okay, so here is the color. Okay, these are the COCl NH35NO3 having a different color. Then these all compounds containing a cobalt CO, and another ligands were different, or number of ligands were different, but each compound shows a different compound. So this theory explains the color also of that particular form, compound or complex ion. So what is the postulates of this theory? So this theory considers a complex as a combination of central ion surrounded by other ions or molecules with electrical dipoles called ligands. Okay, every complex compound has a one central metal ion and the ligands. It regards these ligands are point charges or as a point dipole, that is negative ligand, like chlorine, bromine, fluorine, cyanide, etc. are negative point charges, and the ligands like water, ammonia, CO, etc. are negative point dipoles. The bonding between the metal cation and ligands arises due to the electrostatic attraction in between the nucleus of metal cation and the partial negative charge invariably present on the ligands. Thus, the bond between metal and ligand is purely ionic. Okay, the bond between the central metal ion and ligand is a purely ionic, means metal having a positive charge and ligands having a negative charge. So this is the compound is purely, or bond between the this metal and ligand is purely ionic. Okay, one central metal having a positive charge and ligands having a negative charge, means this is the dipole, two different dipoles, so that's why these are the ionic. Then the interaction between the electrons of cation and those of the ligands is entirely repulsive. These repulsive forces are responsible for the splitting of d orbitals of metal cation. In its simplest form, the crystal field theory does not consider any overlapping between metal orbitals and ligand orbitals. Okay, this theory doesn't consider or not explain the overlapping between orbital and ligand orbital. Okay, metal orbitals and ligand orbitals does not explain by this crystal field theory. Also, this theory is interaction between the electrons of cation and those of the ligands is entirely repulsive, means this supports uh, ligands and ions, metal ion and ligands both are having a electrons in his outermost shell, and they repulsive with each other. Okay, so that's why their bond may be strained due to the repulsion of these, both the cation and of the ligand entirely. So repulsive forces are responsible for the splitting of d orbitals of metal cation. So that repulsion creates the splitting of d orbitals. Okay, d orbitals, every metal atom has is last electron in d orbital. So splitting up this d orbital represents your structure, then color or bonding attraction with another ligand. This solely depends on the d orbital of metal cation. The d orbital which are degenerate. Okay, degenerate means in equal energy. Okay, yeah, you have learned the CFT introduction. Here is the some molecules or atoms having a lower energy and some having a higher energy. So these d orbitals, if degenerate, are having a equal energy in a free metal ion, have their degeneracy destroyed by the approach of ligand during the formation of complex. Okay, when one ligand is approached towards this metal ion, then their degeneracy get destroyed. Okay, or they suppose it having a paramagnetic nature, then they both gets the diamagnetic in nature due to the uh, insertion or approach of that ligand molecule. So next part we will see in next lecture. Thank you.